Hey guys, how are you doing? Today is March 4th. I've been following SnowFlakes for about 1 year, something like that. And it always failed me. And this time I'm very disappointed on the management team because the result is really very bad. No matter it's from look, it becomes famous because Warren Buffett bought this stock in 2020, right? But it doesn't matter. The company will not become a good company after Warren Buffett buy it or sell it. It depends on the company itself. And after more than 1 year, and you have to know that I've introduced this company before, right? This company is not a new company. This company this year, 2022, is 10 years already. And the result is very bad. In the market, there are lots of cloud service company. We know that like Microsoft, like Amazon, like Equinix, like Oracle, Cloudflare, Fastly. And I think Snowflake is one of the worst performance company. All right. And this time I'm very disappointed on the management team because they should know it in advance. I think half year before they should know it because the operating income is a negative. The operating margin is a negative. They should do their nerd. I know that because they won't do it because otherwise all the investor will gone, right? But it will net a lot of investor. They will have a loss, right? And they lost a lot, right? So I'll show you in a moment. So our Falcon portfolio, it doesn't matter to me that the Falcon portfolio performs how good or how bad in a short time, because what we should focus on is the company of the stock that we bought. I know that a lot of people now they want to be you know that we are buying the stock, we are investor. Of course, we are small investor, right? We can't compare with the large investor or the large stock owner, but we are investor. But a lot of investor they invest. When they invest, they likely to be an economist, right? They likely to be an oil specialist, and they likely now because of the war between Russia and Ukraine, become a war specialist. And some of the people they start to study the history of Ukraine and Russia, also the personal characteristic of Putin. That's a good thing to me because you're studying, right? You learn more knowledge. But the thing is, we are investor. What you should put your time in the first place is the company of the stock that you invested, not the other thing. If you like it to be an economist, then you should be spare your time to be an economist, like Powell, like Alan Greenspan, right? But if you want to earn money in investing stock, then you have to act like Warren Buffett and Peter Lynch is studying the company itself and the performance report, but not putting your time elsewhere. A lot of investors putting their time elsewhere. Now they start to invest in the war, or how to be a good soldier, and then what's the history? What's the history of Russia and Ukraine? So you just not allocate your time properly. So I'm not always look at the share price. I'm not always. Must be bad now. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to know what is the company is doing and how good or how bad the company is performing. I will not follow on what Powell said. I know that. I know. I'm not saying that you should not know. You should know it, right? You should know. You should read the news. You should read the progress. How the economy goes, like Russia and the relationship between Russia and America, Asia, something like that. But I'm not asking you to put all the time in those kind of things, because the number one important thing is to study the company, the report. Or you can, when you're studying the report, you have I have some questions. You can send an email to the company and then ask, what is your next step of your company? What are you planning to do in the COVID-19? How will you increase the sales? Will you employ more people? Why you cut the people? Like Peter Lynch, like Warren Buffett, they always send the letters or directly pick up the phone and then go to the hotline and ask, I'm the investor. I want to invest your company. Should you please kindly let me know what is your company's strategy? Right? They don't know you're a big investor or a small investor. They have the responsibility to reply to you, right? No matter it's good or bad. Or you can put your time in studying their competitors. But do not put all your time in other things, right? You're not going to be an economist if you're investing. And you don't need to be an oil specialist unless you are an oil specialist. Unless you want to be an economist. Unless you want to be a war specialist. Then otherwise put your time in investment. That is study the company's competitor, and the annual or the finance performance report. Not other way, right? So if you have any question that you want to ask, then you can leave your message under the YouTube, or you can directly email to me by usstockmarketweekly@gmail.com. So this is our Falcon portfolio. Then now the performance must be bad, right? Because everything is bad. And I'm happy that America is gradually leaving the COVID-19. So we will see it in a moment. Right, this is our covering, and this time I'm very disappointed on SnowFlakes Management Team. They should warn us at least 1/4 or half year earlier that the company is doing very bad. So Dow Jones yesterday just dropped it a little bit because the war is still there, right? And then Nasdaq drops few days before is good, right? So it's just fluctuating. This is what I'm saying from Wall Street Journal yesterday, and more than 90% of US population can ditch face masks under CDC COVID guidance, right? That's a good thing, right, for America. A lot of people now is guessing what Powell will do. Will he increase the interest rate for 0.5% or just a quarter? Don't waste your time on that. The market digested already. He may change. He has political mission, right? Not just on finance. He had political missions, right? Increase or cut. Then because of the Russia and Ukraine war, a lot of things like the oil supply, you cannot predict precisely. No one can, right? So don't waste your time on that. You should know that, right? You should read the news. Oh, okay, Powell is going to increase a quarter or 0.5% of the interest rate. That's what you need to know. Oh, okay, the oil price now is $105 per barrel. I know that. I know the news, right? And I know that they may not be using the natural gases from, Europe anymore. I know that. So the oil price, the coal price will shoot up. I know that, right? But I will not base on that for the investment. A lot of people base on that for investment, then you should sell everything. But when you sell everything, then everything, the inflation comes. So you lost money. That's what it is. Every time when there is economic crisis, right, like the war, like the Lehman Brothers, like this times the COVID-19, don't think that the economy is bad, but the inflation will never come down. Every time it's like that. The inflation always goes up. So if you do not invest in any, then you lost money. Maybe this time is more than 10%, then you lost 10% of your asset, right? So we can see that this is SnowFlake. It's 1.5 years since the IPO. You can see that the share price, goes back to the original one, and even a little bit lower. You can see at the left hand side is about 250, and then now it's 224, and there is no PE ratio. Why? Because it's a loss. So the Gory share price is about 400, and then now it drops back to the original price, right? So what happened? It means then in this 1.5 year, she didn't earn anything. That's the fact, right? Just by looking at some significant figures, then we know that it's bad, right? Just look at 2022, the fourth quarter, and then the product gross profit, not bad, $269.6 million US dollar. But how come the operating income just become 18.1 million? Where does all the money gone? Right? So just few percent. All right. So let's look at another figure. This is for the full fiscal year, right? Non-GAAP result, non-GAAP. I always examine non-GAAP, right? The main business, not the finance, right? Not the investment, right? Not the equity, right? We can see that for the whole fiscal year of 2022, the product gross profit is 844.6 million US dollar. And then suddenly there is an operating loss. It's a loss of 31.2 million US dollar. It won't happen in one day. That means at least half year before, the management team should know that it's a loss. So it should do the company share price or company performance alert, but she didn't do it. That's what I'm very angry. So take a look at these two figures, then you will know very clearly. No need for further investigation, just waste your time. 3 months, revenue increased quite good, more than double, right? But the cost of revenue increased at 61.8%. And the operating expense increased at 30.6%. But no matter what, the revenue increase is more than that, right? So the loss, still there is a loss, but the loss is less. 33.6% less than 1 year before, right? So we are not happy with that, but the loss is less. Better than nothing. But if we look at the full fiscal year, and the revenue also increased more than a double. But the cost of revenue increased nearly double, 89.3%. And the operating expense increased even more, 65.1%. It made it finally loss on the whole year is loss 26%. So what the hell is going on? This is not an emergent company. This company has been 10 years already. All right. That means more business, more expenditure. The structure, the infrastructure of this kind of thing is not changing. So it will never become profitable unless the cost of revenue and operating expense becomes less. I don't think that is still investing. It's 10 years already. And when at the time when Warren Buffett bought this share, it's at the tailwind. Everything's go to cloud. Right? Remember that? Fastly, Equinix, Amazon, Microsoft, all goes up. A lot of people that when they need to do the online business, they have to find the server. They have to find the cloud storage. And they need someone to analyze the data for them. That is SnowFlakes' selling point. And then now all the advantage gone. All advantage gone because others can do it. So we need not to follow every stock or Warren Buffett because he might be wrong. He might be wrong. And he also said before that he might be wrong. Not all the investment Warren Buffett did is correct. He did a lot of investment that is bad. But he just need to be correct for a few times, it's okay, right? So just by looking at those very easy to capture data, you should know that then you should, if you have Snowflake, then you should sell it and never touch it again. Don't touch it again, right? If Snowflake becomes better and better, then Microsoft will be even better. Amazon will be even better. The winner takes all, right? Always remember the winner takes all. It's quite obvious that Snowflake does not get enough investment in the storage or whatever, programmer, something like that. But Microsoft did because Microsoft has a lot of money. Amazon has a lot of money. They are rich. Right? Equinix is rich. Oracle is rich, something like that. So we should always be aware of that. They are the winners, so they take all. If you do not have money, then it's like that. You have to keep on investing. Keep on investing in order for you to pursue the former one. But then it makes you further loss. That's what the case that Snowflake is facing. So this is non-GAAP operating margin for past 3 months. It's not 24%, it's a negative 24%. That means 3 months earlier, Snowflake know that they are lost. Very clear, it's a loss, 24% non-GAAP. And this is for past 1 year. Also a loss. The operating margin is negative 3%. So the result must be bad. So they should do their investment on that, but they didn't. That's what it is. So I don't think that you should hold this stock for any further. If you have this stock, I recommend you to sell it and don't touch it again. Because a lot of this kind of stock companies like Microsoft, we have Microsoft, right? Or Amazon, all right? Then you should focus your time on that, right? Okay, thanks for watching. And then if you like this video, please give me a like, comment, and share to your friends if you think they like this video. And please subscribe and press the bell icon next to it so you will never miss another update from the YouTube. Okay, today is Friday. I hope everyone have a very peaceful weekend. See you next week. Bye-bye.